This is for 2022 students, right? This is for 2022 students. I decided to do a series of videos for the lesson thermal physics. For the lesson thermal physics, right? You can also consider this lesson as heat, name it as heat, thermal physics, right? Okay, before starting the lesson, I'd like to let you know the importance of learning this particular lesson in the exam. Importance in the sense the amount of marks that you can gain in the exam from this lesson alone, right? If you consider the exam paper, now the lesson is thermal physics, lesson is thermal physics, or else you can call it heat, right? If you consider exam paper, you get an essay, you get an essay question, right? Essay question means you can score 7.5%, 7.5 marks out of 100, because each essay question count for 7.5 marks, right? And then you get a structured essay, then you get a structured essay, right? That means you can get 5 marks, that means you can get 5 marks. And when it comes to MCQs, the possibility of you getting 12 to 15 MCQs are higher. That means you can score 12 to 15 marks, right? That means altogether you can get 22.5% to 25% 5 out of 100, right? It never goes below 18%. It never goes below 18%. So you can always score more than 18 marks in the exam from this lesson alone. You can always score more than 18 marks in the exam from this lesson alone, right? From this lesson alone. That means in the exam you are having a higher weight for this lesson. In the exam you are having a higher weight for this lesson, right? Therefore it is very much important to learn this particular lesson well, right? Okay, fine. When we consider this particular lesson, there are several topics we have to consider. When we consider this particular lesson, there are several topics we have to consider, right? First one is temperature scales. First one is temperature scales. Temperature scales. Temperature scales and thermometers. That is the first topic. And thermometers. Temperature scales and thermometers. And the second topic is expansion. Second topic is expansion. I'm sorry about this dog barking. These neighbors are having a dog and bothers a lot. Right? Second topic is expansion. And the third topic is gases. Right? When it comes to gases, there are several things we have to learn. The behavior of gases, and then kinetic theory. Then we have to learn kinetic theory. Right? And the next part is calorimetry. Right? This is where you have to learn about Newton's cooling law and all. Right? And then it's phase changes. Then next one is phase changes. And the next lesson is water vapor. This is where you are learning about humidity and all. Humidity, relative and absolute humidities, right? And then you have to learn about thermodynamic processes. Right? Here you are learning about thermodynamic processes and cycles. Right? Now this is the content of this particular lesson. Right? Temperature scales and thermometers, expansion, gases, behavior of gases and kinetic theory, calorimetry, phase changes, water vapor, and thermodynamic cycles. Right? Now, when it comes to each particular lesson that I have given, right, each particular part, now there are subtopics that we have to consider, right? In temperature scales, we have to learn about Celsius and Kelvin, for example. In expansion, we have to consider about the expansion of solids and liquids. When it comes to expansion of solids, we have to consider about linear expansion, area expansion, and volume expansion. When it comes to volume expansion of the liquids, we have to consider about real expansion and apparent expansion, right? Likewise, the lesson flows, right? So, I will be discussing each thing step by step. And even though the thermometers stated as the first part of the lesson, in my order, I am doing it at the end. In my order of teaching, I'm doing thermometers at the end, but initially I'm doing temperature scales, right? But I'm starting with temperature scales, got it? Right. So today, now in this particular video session, in this particular session of the video, I'm explaining you temperature scales, right? Temperature scales. Let me read this. Now the purpose of this particular video was to let you know how I'm teaching, right? I'm not providing you the note. Instead, you can send a WhatsApp message and get the PDF note, right? The reason that I'm doing this is, okay, this is the first year that I'm doing the classes, right? I started this year, that means 2021, right? So the reason that I started is I realized that none of the teachers in Kandy teaches well, right? I'm like 100% serious. And the other factor is, some of you might already know about me and some might not, right? I'm not a school teacher. I'm studying medical faculty in Peradeniya, so I'm a medical student. I'm in final year. So by next year I'll pass out, right? So still, I'm very much interested in teaching, and that's why I'm doing it, right? Even though I'm about to become a doctor, I will not stop teaching because I'm very much interested in teaching. And now in this year I started classes at London Bridge, and next year for the next batch I'm starting classes at Sakya Colombo as well, right? So this is my passion, so I'm very much interested in that, and you can join the class and feel the difference, right? The reason is, if you consider physics as a subject, you don't get good results in Kandy for English medium, right? I know with the experience in the sense, I know the amount of students in university, state universities, right? Actually, it's horrible, you don't have any students, right? Like only countable, like less than, it's actually for our batch, it's only one who has done in English medium in Kandy, right? It's only one, right? So that's the tragedy in Kandy, right? But they might be telling you that they are having good results, but that's not true, right? So there are some teachers who doesn't know the subject, so they make it very much difficult because they also don't understand what they are teaching. Therefore, they are making the subject very difficult, right? But actually, physics is a very easy subject. Physics is a very easy subject, and for some other teachers, they have a lot of communication problems, right? Therefore, it is very much difficult for them to make you understand something, right? So, and if you consider some notes of some other teachers, I have gone through everything, right? Before starting these classes, I wanted to go through everything, I want to research everything, and that is how I work out, right? So I went through some notes, and they were like essays. You don't learn essays for physics, right? You are learning concepts for physics. You can learn essays if you are doing like art subjects. You are not doing art subjects, no. You are doing physics, chemistry, either biology or mathematics, right? So you are learning science history. Unless for biology and some parts of the chemistry, you don't have to buy hard things, especially for physics. I don't know about mathematics, because I had done biology, no, right? So the ultimate goal is to make you understand that in physics you have to understand the concepts. You don't have to buy hard a lot of like notes, right? Okay. Now the first topic is temperature. The first topic is temperature scales. Right. I will erase this part. I'll erase this part. The first topic is temperature scales. Temperature scales. First topic is temperature scales. Right? First topic is temperature scales. And again, it's too late. It's too late in the sense, now like I just went through everything. Now most of the teachers are just starting the heat lesson, and that's why I'm doing it. Actually, you should have finished this lesson by now. You should have finished this lesson by now, right? And that is why these teachers are getting like at the end they struggle to finish the syllabus. At the end they struggle to finish the syllabus. So you are the one who will be suffering at the end, right? But you don't realize it because you don't even know the syllabus. You don't even know how the questions are asked. You don't even know the syllabus. You don't even know how the questions are asked, right? I have uploaded a video for the 2023 batch as well, introducing the syllabus and the question paper, right? So you can go through that as well if you want, right? So temperature scales. Temperature scales. Now when it comes to temperature scales, temperature is a thing that humans has introduced. To measure what happens when we provide or remove heat to or from a particular substance, right? Now let's see. Now there's this particular object, right? So if you can provide heat to this particular object, or you can remove heat from this particular object, you can remove heat from this particular object, right? Later we are discussing that heat is an energy. Heat is a kind of energy, right? So anything that you have learned related to energies in your mechanics is applicable for heat as well, because heat is also energy, right? Okay, we will be discussing them later. Now what we are doing is we are providing heat. We can either provide heat to object or we can remove heat from object, right? Due to this provision or due to this providing or removal of due to this provision or removal of heat, we can observe some changes. Right? And scientists have introduced this temperature scale, the concept of temperature, to measure the change that occurs due to either provision of heat or releasing of heat, right? So temperature is a scale. Temperature is a physical quantity. Temperature is a physical quantity that we are using to measure. What happens when we either provide or release energy from a particular object, right? Okay, now several scientists, basically 3 scientists, have introduced 3 temperature scales. First one is Kelvin, and second one is Celsius, and the third one is Fahrenheit. So there were 3 scientists who have introduced these 3 particular temperature scales. And Kelvin is considered as the SI unit. Present, right? None of these are considered as SI units. Kelvin is the SI unit, right? Now let's see how these scientists introduced these temperature scales, right? Now I'm not referring the history facts, instead the things that you should know, right? Okay. Now if you consider Kelvin scale and Celsius scale, both these scales were introduced depending on two factors, and those 2 factors were ice point and steam point of water. Right? In other words, you can call this what? Ice point. You can call it melting point. And for this, you can call it, what is it? Boiling point. Right? You can call it melting point or boiling point, right? But I'm just erasing that part. Instead, I'm referring it to as ice point and steam point. I will tell it you later, right? The reason. Okay? So ice point and steam point. Okay. Now there was this particular scientist named Celsius, the person who introduced the Celsius scale, right? Now Celsius scale is based on, he says that you can consider the temperature. At which ice starts to get melted, or water starts to get freezed, right? Now he says this particular temperature can be considered as 0 degrees of Celsius. He says, according to him, right? And then he again says the temperature at which liquid water starts to get vaporized, or vapor starts to get condensed, is he considered it as 100 degrees of Celsius, and that's it, right? He just named it. He named the temperature that water gets melted at 0 and the temperature at which the water gets vaporized as 100. So then he made a scale. So you can clearly understand that in between 0 and 100 there are 100 points. So you can scale it from 0 to 100, right? So that is what he said. That's all. He said you can consider ice point as 0 degrees of Celsius and steam point as 100 degrees of Celsius. And that is called as Celsius scale. Apart from this 0 and 100, it goes on. 101, 102, it goes below that, right? -1, -2 kind of. And then there was this another person He introduced Kelvin scale, and according to him, he says the temperature at which ice starts to get melted, he considered it as 373.15 Kelvin. He considered that temperature as 273.15. He just considered it. He felt like doing it, and so he did. Right? And then he again considered the temperature at which water gets vaporized as 373.15 Kelvin. Right? 0.15 Kelvin. And then he also made a scale. Right? Here also you can clearly understand the fact that the difference between 273.15 and 373.15 is 100. So in both instances, the difference is 100. Right? The difference is 100 delta. The difference is 100 in both instances. Right? In Celsius scale and in Kelvin scale, the difference of these 2 points in the sense, the temperature at which the ice gets melted and the temperature at which the liquid water gets vaporized, it starts to get vaporized. Right? So the scales have same differences. What does it mean? Now in Celsius scale, 0 means in Kelvin scale it is 273.15. Right? If you consider Celsius scale 0, you can make it equate to 273.15 in Kelvin. 273.15 in Kelvin. If you consider 1 Celsius, that is equal to 273.1 plus 0.15 plus 1. Right? That means 1 Celsius is equal to 274.15 Kelvin, and 2 Celsius is equal to 275.15 Kelvin. Right? The reason is again the difference between ice point and steam point in Celsius scale and in Kelvin scale are the same. The difference between ice point and steam point in Celsius scale and Kelvin scale are the same. Therefore, when you are converting Celsius values to Kelvin values, what you have to do is you have to add 273.15. You have to add 273.15 plus Celsius value. So that is equal to Kelvin value. So Kelvin value is equal to 273.15 plus Celsius value. Right? So the reason that you are learning this is in future calculations, you should be able to convert Celsius values to Kelvin values, most probably. And least chances you will have to convert Kelvin into Celsius as well. But most probably you have to convert Celsius values into Kelvin values. So what you have to do when you have to convert Celsius into Kelvin, you have to add 273.15. That is the precise value now. But instead, you can consider it as 273 in A levels. You are disregarding this 0.15. Right? So what you are doing is you are adding 273 to the Celsius value. Right? For example, if you consider 27 degrees of Celsius, right? In Kelvin it is equal to plus 273. That means 300. Right? So when you are converting a Celsius value to Kelvin, all you have to do is you have to add 273. Right? Now this point is called ice point and this point is called steam point. Right? Now what does that mean? Ice point is the temperature at which ice starts to get melted. At that particular temperature, both ice and water exist. Both of them exist in equilibrium. You are learning this further under phase changes. Right? And steam point, what happens is both liquid and water vapor exist in equilibrium. Right? So ice point is the temperature at which liquid water and solid ice exist in equilibrium. Or in other words, the temperature at which the ice starts to get melted. Or in other words, the temperature at which the liquid water starts to get freezed. Right? Okay. And then steam point. What is the steam point? the temperature at which the liquid water starts to get vaporized, or in other words, the temperature at which the vapor starts to get condensed to form liquid water, right? Or in other words, the temperature at which both liquid water and water vapor are in equilibrium, right? Okay, so these temperature scales were introduced based on these 2 points. These temperature scales were introduced based on these 2 points only, right? Do you understand? So according to Celsius scale, 0 degrees of Celsius is the ice point. According to Kelvin scale, 273.15, which you consider as 273, is the ice point. According to Celsius scale, 100 degrees of Celsius is the steam point. According to Kelvin scale, 373.15 Kelvin is the steam point. And most importantly, the differences between these 2 scales, differences between ice point and steam point in both the scales are same, and it is 100 in units. It is 100 in units, right? Okay. Now the reason that I'm highlighting you that the difference is 100 units is, now assume you have to calculate the difference between 25 degrees of Celsius and 30 degrees of Celsius, right? It's obvious that the difference is 5 degrees of Celsius now, right? Okay, fine. Now convert this 25 degrees of Celsius into Kelvin. How do you convert? You add 273. So it is 298 Kelvin, right? And convert this value into Kelvin at 273. So what is it? It becomes 305 Kelvin, right? So what is the difference? Again, the difference is 5 Kelvin, right? Therefore, when you are calculating a difference of temperatures, you can either consider it as Celsius or Kelvin. It doesn't matter, right? Because it's not the temperature, but it's the difference, right? So differences of Celsius scale and Kelvin scale are always the same. Differences of Celsius scale and Kelvin scale are always the same, right? Okay. This is about temperature scales. Ice point and steam point, which is also can be considered as melting point and boiling point. Okay, I will tell you why I consider it as ice point and steam point instead. Why I told it like that. Right? Now I have a few points here, right? And then I have a lot of questions for this as well, right? Now this is a very small part in this lesson, right? Then I have to teach about triple point, and then I have to move into thermometers, right? I'm not doing thermometers in this lesson, right? I hope you have understood this particular part, and this is the basis of thermal physics. This is the basis of thermal physics, right? Now I can say like few minutes, right? So I will explain some conversions as well. Conversions in the sense, conversion of Celsius values into Kelvin. Now if you are asked to convert 27 degrees of Celsius into Kelvin, what is the value? You are just adding 273. That means it is 300, right? If you are asked to convert 127 degrees of Celsius into Kelvin, you just add 273. That means it's 400 Kelvin. If you are asked to convert 100 degrees of Celsius into Kelvin, you just have that 273. That means it becomes 373 Kelvin, right? Whatever the value that you have converted into Kelvin, whatever the Celsius value that you have converted into Kelvin, you just have to add 273. So you can write this equation. Kelvin value of temperature is equal to Celsius value of temperature plus 273.15, right? So this is to be precise, but in A-levels you disregard this 0.15 thing. So it is Kelvin equals Celsius plus 273. Now should I tell you that Celsius equals Kelvin minus 273? We have passed through all levels now, so I don't need to tell this, right? It's the other way around, it's the vice versa of this. You just bring this side, right? That's it. So this is about temperature scales, right? This is the basic of the lesson. And I can provide you the tutor as well. Drop me a text message via WhatsApp, so I'll provide you the theory note for this and then the questions of conversions of these temperature values, right? And in the next video, I'll be teaching you about expansion. Next video, I'll be teaching expansion, right? I'll finish the expansion as well. Then you decide yourself from where you can learn it. I'm 100% confident about myself, and that's why I'm doing this. Because I really attended all the classes, and I really went through all those notes, and I was like, what these people are doing, right? So at the end it's about your future, right? So make the correct decision, right? Now it's the time to shift. Okay, again I'm doing classes at London Bridge for 2023. I have started the batch, right? So I'm doing classes in London Bridge for 2023 successfully, and I really started only 2023. But after going through, after realizing what these 2023 people are going through, you as students are going through, not learning well, right? I just decided to do this series of videos, and if you feel good of these things, you can ask me to start the class. So I will, right? So just go through it, but I will finish up to expansion, so thereafter you can decide for yourself, right? Thank you, are doing so. Fine.